What if your customer communication is actually costing you trust instead of building it? Well, my name is Nathan, and in this episode of Make It Plain, we're going to look at an email that I received from a car dealership service manager. I had my car serviced, and this was an email as a follow-up to an appointment, and they were giving me a heads up that a survey was going to be coming asking for feedback. Well, I thought it would be a perfect example to run through the framework that I teach to show how to make communication clear, concise, correct, and consistent with the author's voice and brand, and to build that trust that every business wants to have with their customers. So let's dive in. All right, so this starts out, Dear Nathaniel. Now, to be honest, I almost took this out, but I'm leaving it in because they butchered my name. So my name's Nathan, my full name's Nathaniel, Nathaniel. I have never seen the name Nathaniel spelled with two N's after the A. I've seen it spelled AEL at the end. I've got a friend that's actually a Nathaniel that has that spelled that way. But as a business, please do everything you can to spell your customers' names right. So I opened this email and I'm like, wow, Nathaniel. And I mean, I don't know if he just hit the button one too many times, but if you did, I mean, that's just a quick, can you read the email one time through to fix that before you send it? If yours is spelled that way, or you have a friend or loved one that it's spelled that way, please let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to meet somebody that spells it Nathaniel with two N's. He says, I would like to personally thank you for trusting our dealership as your vehicle service center. I am emailing to follow up with you regarding your latest service. Now, before I go far into this, do you see how this entire email is just one block of text? That is the hardest thing in the world for your brain to skim or scan. This email is 0% scannable. There's no bullets, there's no italics, there's no formatting. And so I'm just going to pick a spot to put the cursor and break this bad boy up. So again, just do that. Make it a little bit more, my brain can actually recognize this now as there's components to this. So this whole one block of text, to be professional, don't ever take 12 sentences and just throw it in one big block. So I would like to personally thank you. Okay, this is all fluff. Thank you for trusting our dealership as your vehicle service center. I'm going to say to service your vehicle. A little shorter. I am emailing to follow up with you regarding your latest service. Cover that in the subject line of the email. Delete that. It should be very obvious from the subject line what this email is about. Thank you for trusting our dealership to service your vehicle. Hopefully you had a pleasurable and efficient visit. I wouldn't use efficient. What I want to do here is I hope you had a quick, man, if I'm a service manager, I want your service to be quick, and we'll use pleasant. That's a good word. It's a nice word. I want you to have a quick, pleasant visit, and short and sweet, right? In the next week, our corporate office may be contacting you to ask for feedback based on your experience at our dealership. Now that I've broken this up, now I'm going to make on purpose breaks. So in the next week, our corporate office may be contacting you. They're just going to contact you to ask for, they may contact you for feedback based on your experience at our dealership about your experience at our dealership. That just makes more sense. Okay. In a short survey. Well, okay. I get that he wants to let me know that it's going to be short. I'm just going to delete that because you can add that thought. You can combine that with the next sentence. We encourage our customers to take this survey after their visit for us to receive constructive feedback and make every visit better than the last. This is a really weirdly worded sentence. I want to read it again. We encourage our customers to take this survey after their visit for us to receive constructive feedback and make every visit better than the last. Oh, I almost got to take 3 breaths in there. That is brutal. All right, I broke this up a little bit more. In the next week, our corporate office may contact you for feedback about your experience at our dealership. We encourage you to take this short survey to help us improve to help us improve. Holy cow. That's all you're trying to say, man. Where needed. Okay. Because maybe there are areas we don't need to improve because we're doing great. Hopefully you're knocking that out of the park, right? We encourage you to take the short survey to help us improve where needed. The survey is also a direct reflection of how your service advisor performs in their position at our dealership. Okay, so I'm going to say it also reflects. So what I'm doing here is you have this a reflection of, that's a noun. I'm going to make the reflection the verb. So the survey also reflects, this is going to make this shorter and be clearer. The survey also reflects your service advisor's performance. There we go. In the position, well, where else would it reflect their performance? Yeah, that's understood. That's sometimes people over-explain stuff, which I'm a bit of an overthinker and I never met a detail I don't like, so I tend to do that too. But the survey also reflects your service advisor's performance in the dealership. Well, of course, it's not going to reflect his performance on the golf course, unless he took you golfing while he was servicing your vehicle. Okay. If for any reason you feel that we failed to meet your highest of standards, no, okay, so this is wordy and it's corporate speak. What can we do with this? I'm going to go with the age-old, if you weren't satisfied, please contact me. He says, you contacting me directly. Well, how am I going to contact you indirectly? Like, no, I'm going to just, sometimes these words, they're just not necessary. Please contact me and I would love to help. Now this, okay, so that we may rectify the situation. We're going to fix it. I would love to help you to help fix the issue. Oh my gracious, rectify the situation. And you will feel confident in reporting as such to our corporate office. Okay, again, listen to this. If for any reason you feel we failed to meet your highest of standards during your latest visit, see, nobody speaks like, you don't talk like this in a conversation. I would appreciate you contacting me directly so that we may rectify the situation and you will feel confident in reporting as such to our corporate office. What? If you aren't satisfied, please contact me. And we're going to add a comma there because then you've got another subject and a verb here. So it's, we need a comma there. And I would love to help fix the issue. There you go. Holy cow. That was amazing. And a lot of times in corporate speak here, if for any reason you weren't satisfied, for any reason, you don't need that. You just, if you weren't satisfied. Again, thank you for choosing our dealership for your service needs. Thank you for choosing our dealership, I would say, to service your vehicle. We look forward to continuing to serve you in the future. Continuing to serve, I'm going to go serving you again. Do I have too many I's? Yeah, in the future. Okay. So, oh, wait, and I'm going to spell my name right. Okay. Dear Nathaniel. All right. Dear Nathaniel, now this is what we have. Thank you for trusting our dealership to service your vehicle. Hopefully, you had a quick and pleasant visit. In the next week, our corporate office may contact you for feedback about your experience at our dealership. We encourage you to take this short survey to help us improve where needed. The survey also reflects your service advisor's performance. Now, this is a fun little tip. All right, so sometimes you have words like advisor. That may look like a misspelling to you because you may have also seen it as advisors, which sometimes these words in English, there are actually two accepted spellings of this. The ERS, it is a bit more of a British spelling. And if I understood correctly, I think it's also the Associated Press, it's the AP style guide's way of saying advisor. I'm actually more used to the OR''S. We have a yearbook advisor at my school where I work, and we use the OR''S. So I'm actually going to do that there. This survey also reflects your service advisor's performance. So if something looks misspelled to you, you may just have to check out to see, are there two accepted spellings? And of that word, there is two accepted spellings. There are. If you weren't satisfied, please contact me and I would love to help fix the issue. Again, thank you for choosing our dealership to service your vehicle. We look forward to serving you again in the future. Now, you may think we're about done, but pro tip, we're going to format this because people don't read, they skim or they scan. This is more scannable now because it's broken up, but I'm going to, I'm going to bold a couple things. In the next week, may contact you for feedback. I'm going to go feedback about your experience. In the next week, feedback about your experience at our dealership. We encourage you, if you weren't satisfied, please contact me. Again, thank you for choosing our dealership for your service to service your vehicle. So again, you bold what's important to you. But now if I read 3 things in this email, it's going to be in the next week, feedback about your experience, weren't satisfied, please contact me. Boom, there we go. And so that's how I would take this service manager's email, run it through the framework, make it clear, concise, correct, and consistent with the dealership's voice and brand. Maybe there's a way they have a special sign off, or, if they need to bring certain words or lingo into that, they can. But so much better, so much clearer. And now hopefully the person can get through your email and then give you the feedback that you're looking for and help build that trust as your customer between the customer and the business. So thank you for joining me in this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next.